Hello everybody and welcome to a new segment. This is going to be 9Dragons. The new segment is MMO Mondays. I do realize that it is Tuesday, but I had some stuff I had to take care of yesterday, so I'm going ahead and pop it on Tuesday, but once a week from now on it's going to be every Monday. I might do a Let's Play while doing the MMO Mondays on 9Dragons. I love me some 9Dragons. The only problem with doing MMOs and Let's Plays is it doesn't really work too well. MMOs, you know, are constantly basically the same thing while you're progressing. You get a quest, you kill monsters, you level. You get a quest, you kill monsters, you level, and you keep progressing in that order. There's not really anything besides doing that. It's all grindy. So, especially with this game is extremely grindy. So I don't know if I'm really going to do a Let's Play with this, but I'll do my best. Now, the thing about this game that I really like about it is the mechanics with the flowing of your stances, of your Kung Fu stances. They're extremely awesome. I will show you when we get into the game. So let's go ahead. I don't really care that you see my password, all that junk. It doesn't really matter to me. One, because it's not going to show up. Two, because I have no characters. There's nothing to show. So, I mean, if you do figure out my password, which 3 of the letters are going to be shown on the keyboard itself. But, I mean, if you figure out my password, feel free. You know what I mean? There's nothing in there. So, I don't really mind. So, let's go ahead and do this really quick. Now, this portion I have to be extremely quick, because if I don't be extremely quick, it's gonna disconnect me from making my character. So let me go ahead and discuss the game a little bit before I do that then. 9Dragons is a traditional Chinese MMO. Traditional as in it's more realistic than, you know, all the stuff that you find out there, like the fantasy stuff. Now, there is a little bit of fantasy in this game, but most of it is based around, you know, folklore, actual events, real enemies. Most of them are humanoid and stuff like that. It's not really, you know, dragons and mystifying magical spells and stuff like that. It's nothing like that. So, let's go ahead and jump right in before I lose my disconnect. So, there's not much customization to it. There's 8 faces. Not really much to it. So we're going to go ahead and pick that one. Now there's 7 hairstyles with 3 color schemes. I'm going to go ahead and I have to really rush through this because otherwise I'm going to get disconnected. It's a bug in the system. And it's been out since the start of this game and they haven't fixed it. And we're going to go ahead and pick the Beggar clothes. Let me go ahead and name my guy real quick. Nice, okay, I made it. Alright, so let's go ahead and start the game up. We're going to start in Bamboo Village, which is basically the tutorial island. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. I had a little mishap. Apparently, this game uses I think it's called Night Protect or Game Protect or something like that, and basically what it does is it doesn't allow any other program to be running at the same time while it's going through loading screens, because they don't want bots and all that junk with their programs coming in. So it considered Fraps to be some kind of bot program, but I was able to have it running while I launched the game. I just couldn't have it recording. So now that I'm actually in the game, I can record. So here we go. Alright, first things first, let's go ahead and pan around. Now, like I said before, this game is old. It's the graphical wise, it's not that great on the eyes. I'm not gonna lie about it. It's pretty basic. This game has 2000 graphics, 2002 graphics, and it's not all that great. I mean, you could probably compare this to 3D version of RuneScape if you really wanted to. I think it's a little bit better than that, but you get what I'm talking about. You get the gist of it. So let's go ahead and first look at our options. Now the graphical settings I'm not going to be worrying about too much. I'm going to keep it how it is because I don't want to stress out the machine while I'm doing fraps. It's already giving me problems, so I'm going to keep it how it is. Let's go ahead, and sound looks good. We got the music going. Game guide. Retirement. Don't know what that is. Oh, okay. Basically, I guess you can check on our website at 0 o'clock on every Tuesday for retirement. I don't know what that is. I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. Refuse duels. Yes, we do want that on. Yes, we want that on. Fixed camera. No. Okay. Monsters life. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That way we can see the monsters and what they are. Now, I can't stay idle too long. This game has a wicked bug in it. It's if you stay idle and not do anything for, like, I think it's like 10 minutes or something, it's going to disconnect you because it thinks you're not at your keyboard, basically, and it might think that you're a bot or something like that. These Asian-style MMOs really are stricklers on bots because of gold farmers. They don't want the gold farmers coming in and ruining the gameplay. Okay, community. Let's go ahead and keep all that there just in case. And we're going to go ahead and close that out. Sound setting. Oh, it's all in one. Oh, okay, that's pretty nice. I didn't know about that. You don't even have to go through all of them. Escape and go through all of them because they're all right there. This basically exits the game. You can go to this character select screen, to the title screen, or even quit the game to desktop. You're not going to worry about that right now. These are all your different NPCs. They all have their little symbols right here. Each symbol represents what the actual person does. Like this guy, the nameless elder, we're not going to talk to him right now, but what he is, he gives you, I forget what it's called. Let's go ahead and talk to him real quick. Cavity press, that's what it's called. If you are a premium user, you can come up to him and get your 9D premium cavity press at any time that you want. It tells you each on what it does. Now, what I don't understand is, like, why would you want this or this one over that one? It makes zero sense. All attributes plus 20, 3% critical, 5% damage increase, 5% cheat kong. And this one is basically double that. It's like, why would you pick the first one? I mean, they're both premium exclusive, so it doesn't matter on what kind of account you have. There's only one account, and that's pay to play or free to play. So I don't get that. But the good thing is there are some that you can actually purchase. And when it says you cannot duplicate them, you cannot have more than one touch at a time. It's not that you can't have more than one of the same touch. You only can have one touch period at a time. And I think the resistance actually is different. So that's what cavity press does. And this other symbol that I showed you right here, that's just basically the generic NPC. They're basically there for quests or just to talk and spit out nonsense. And as this is another issue I have with this game, if the NPCs are actually talking, you cannot see their name or their symbol or what they are, or their name or anything like that. So that's a little bit annoying. But alright, so let's go ahead and see the other functionalities real quick. Here's your map. The map is very informative, and it's very user friendly, very easy to see. if there, let's say there's a quest down here, you'll be able to see it. If there's one up there, you'll be able to see it. It's not like only in the vicinity of where you're at. It's actually on the entire map, which is really awesome. A lot of MMOs don't do that, and I wish they did. I understand why they don't do that, because it will be very heavy intensive on the game itself if they have like every little icon all over the map. I understand that, and considering each zone is, you know, a certain amount of square graphical feet, whatever you want to call it. Each zone is pretty small compared to what the actual map size is. So, you know, they can actually do that. They can have like basically all the icons on the map, and you'll be fine with it. You won't have any issues or anything like that. And let me go ahead and tell you what each one does. These right here are your quests, and if you even highlight them, they can tell you what quests they are. Also, let me go ahead and move. I don't want to disconnect because the music just cut out for some reason. I hope I didn't disconnect. But also, if it's a turn-in quest, it'll be a question mark. These red dots right here, they're the NPCs that are around. Some actually do stuff, like the round red ones, like I was telling you before, are actually just the normal NPCs. The squared box ones are actually, they have some kind of functionality to them, either the bank or weapon shop, item shop, trainers, skill trainers, etc. So let's go ahead and get out of that. Here's your target window. Same thing. Just tells you what the symbol is, townfolk. Let me go ahead and click him. Oh, it also says townfolk. I thought it would have said elder. Oh well. This tells you the faction that they're with. If they're an evil faction, it'll be like bandit or something like that. It'll tell you what faction that they're with. These increase your ability points. We're not going to go ahead and do that yet because one of our quests explains that, so I'll explain that while there. This is your role and your level. Oh, excuse me, the level's up here. The role, once you get into a clan, the role will change. It would either be, you know, warrior. There's 4 different kinds. There's the warrior, there's the magician, there's the hybrid, and there's one other one, I forget. Excuse my dog over there. The hybrid is basically between the warrior and the magician. I think the other one's healer, maybe? There's 4 of them. We'll get to it when we get there. Now, the level scheme in this game is a little bit different than most. It runs on a tier system, such as right now we're at 0 and level 0. Once this says none, but once we get to our first level, this is our title. It'll change to like gathering chi or opening chi, or I think it's gathering chi is first, I believe. But every title has a tier of 12. So once you get to your 12th tier, you have to do something called chi breathing to level up. And once you level up, your title level will go back to 1, but this is your normal level. It will go up to 13. And, you know, this is basically what it will show as your level. So let's say someone says, "Oh, I'm OC5." Basically, they're telling you that they're level, I think, around 17. It might be 17 or 20, 29. I forget what the actual roles are, but we'll get there as we go along in the game. So let's get started. Let's go ahead and talk to our first quest. So this is our first quest, Roads to Enlightenment, first encounter. Let's go ahead and see what she's got to say. Oh, she's like flipping out over here. Okay. Now, I'm not going to read all this stuff. I mean, there's just way too much text. If you guys want, I'll pause it for a second just so you can pause and read it. But yeah, I'm not going to read all this. So now this is what I was talking about before. We're going to go ahead and open our character screen, and we're going to go ahead and distribute our points. Now each point does something different, and it will explain what they all do when you hover over it, which is really nice. Again, I'm not going to go through all of it. You know what? I will. So the strength basically gives the damage output, the main damage output. Essence is your vital energy, which is right here, which is your mana. Wisdom is your chi kong damage. That's if you're a magician. Your constitution is your life and your defense. And your dexterity is your attack rate and how well you dodge. So for this, in the tutorial area, until we actually become part of a role, we're going to pump everything into strength, and there's a reason for that. We get to reset these when we get our first role, so we don't have to worry about, you know, what we want where just yet. And since basically all we're going to do is using normal basic attacks, and we don't really have our stances or our skills just yet, we want as much damage as we possibly can, so we can get to our roll faster. So that's what we want to do now. Since we did it, let's go ahead and turn it in. And she says check your mastery, okay. Except for we don't have no mastery points just yet. Now these are your weapon masteries. Each clan uses a certain weapon type, and all clans uses the bracer, which is for magic chi kong damage. All magic users are going to use the bracer. But the beggars, which we're going to be, are use staff and fist. Now, we have to use a staff because we're going to be the Vagabond, which is the warriors. I love Vagabond class. They're awesome. That role is really awesome. And all the other ones, like the hybrids, they use fists, like the drunken boxing style and stuff like that. That guy right there is Shaolin, because he has a Shaolin polearm, which is right there. Shaolin uses the polearm and the fist. But we are going to go ahead and grab our staff mastery. Since we did that, let's talk to her again. Alright, so we finished that one up. Let's go ahead and talk to her and get the next quest. So here is a delivery quest. This one's really simple. It's basically teaching you about Lightfoot. Now, normal movement is like this. It's, you know, really slow. In this game, there's not really mounts. What you get is Lightfoot. So what you have to do is you hold Alt and then use the right mouse key to guide with the camera to point where you want to go. So let's go ahead and run to our next destination and deliver that lunchbox. And we gained a level. And we gained a level. Sorry about that, guys. I have my talk button on tab, and if I push Alt to run, Alt tab, and I was switching between windows really quick, so I do apologize for that. So let's go ahead and turn the lunchbox in. And now we just return it back. But before I do that, I want to get rid of this blinking box. It's annoying me. This is the event prize box. Sometimes they give new players, you know, certain prizes, or if there's an event going on, they give it to them. And apparently we're in the Black Snake Spirit event, whatever that is. Oh, nice. So we get a gift every day. I wonder what it is. Oh, it's just a token that we turn in for items. Now, every time I push the tab, as you can see, it changes my stance. That's why you keep seeing me move when I'm talking. I might as well explain that now. There's two different types of modes. There's peace mode and then there's attack mode. The peace mode is like this, and the attack mode is like that. It'll show it on fire. Now you cannot attack stuff unless you are in attack mode. Now you can just stay in attack mode if you wanted to, but some people don't like that. They'll be more aggressive towards you if you did that, and you can't really talk to NPCs that way. But that's the only way you can really get into battle. So I'm gonna have to switch out my talk button like ASAP, but for now I'm just gonna have to deal with it. So let's go ahead and turn that quest back in. So now she's going to teach us about meditation. So we go down to the Kung Fu tab over here, and as you can see, are cruising along. We are Chang 2, which is basically level 2 of cruising along with 32%. Now, not only do you gain levels, but your skills do as well, the more that you use them. There's 3 different types of spells. There's a passive spell, which is cruising along. You don't have to activate it. It automatically is activated as long as you push the button. So I guess that really is an active spell, but I consider it more passive. There's active spells, which once you activate them, they stay active. And you can see that it's active with that ring, that glowing ring around it. Now, a lot of these skills, they drain your chi up here, your mana, as they're being active. And once you run out of your mana, then they deactivate and the buff goes away. You can see your buffs up here. So right now, my basic meditation, what it does is it increases my damage and defense by 1, which doesn't sound like a lot, but as this levels, the output will get better. Now the thing is, you cannot just grind out your skills. I mean, you can, but only up to a certain point. So like my basic meditation right now, is level 1, and I cannot get it to level 2 until I am level 9. Which is, I guess the first one is losing self. I forgot about that. So losing self 9 is level 9. The next one is gathering chi. That's the next tier, and then opening chi, and then it goes on from there. So let's go ahead and meditate. You do that by pressing P when you have the meditation active. So let's go ahead and do that. And that's basically your rest option. It restores everything for you, your health and your chi. Let's go ahead and talk to her. And we gain our first level. We are now losing self 1. So let's go ahead and talk to her again. Now we get our first weapon. I really hate these help boxes. We don't really need them. Go ahead and talk to the Elder now, since he has the turn-in quest. So he's going to explain to us the 2 main factions, which everybody calls them the White and Black clans, or what they're known as really is the Imperial and the Infernal clans. There's basically the good and evil. Good being Imperial, evil being Infernal, of course. Now there's 3 playable on each side. We are going to be playing the Imperial clans, but I will show you the Infernal clan lineup. There's a Sacred Flower, That's all females. You cannot be a male in Sacred Flower. There's the Brotherhood, and then there's the Heavenly Demon. The Brotherhood is like the equivalent to the League of Beggars, but on the evil side, they're bandits. And Heavenly Demon is more like a satanic cult. They basically want to gain power to have magical abilities, and basically they sell their soul to be extremely powerful. Sacred Flower, they used to be healers, but they turned against the Emperor because they're a clan of all females, and I guess they felt that everybody was being sexist towards them or something like that. We don't want to be an Infernal clan though, so I'm going to go ahead and escape out of this. So that's something that you should know right there. Once you pick one of those two sides, it looks like you cannot just leave. You cannot just exit back. Well, I guess you can by end talk. I didn't see that down there. Never mind. Forget what I just said. Oh, I guess you can't. There's no end talk. So you can't backtrack once you pick one of the two. The reason why I was able to backtrack is because I picked Sacred Flower, and you only could be female to be in Sacred Flower. Now here's the three clans. We got the League, which is the Beggars, which we're going to be. They're poverty-stricken society, which they don't do it for the wealth. They do it to live free, and they drink a hell of a lot. And you have the Shaolin. Now the Shaolin, they're also like the League of Beggars. They don't do it for the wealth. They actually have to give rid of all their outer riches. Anything that they had before they came to the Shaolin Temple, they had to get rid of. Money, jewelry, anything like that. The only thing they can have is their robes on the back. And then you have the Wu-Tang. The Wu-Tang are the swordsmen, the Imperial Honorable Swordsmen. Everybody that knows anything about the era knows Shaolin and Wu-Tang. I never really enjoyed playing a Wu-Tang only because it was extremely hard to actually become one. You had to be a high level to get it. I think it's like, not high level, but higher than the other ones. You have to be, I think, level 9 or something like that. Plus you have to go through this rigorous quest, crazy quest log, where the League of Beggar, you talk to 2 people and you're a beggar. It was really simple. So we're going to go ahead and say that we want the League. Yes, I want to join the League. They tell you a backstory of the League before you actually accept it. Here, like I said, here's the 2 weapons that the League uses. It's the staff and the fist. We're going to go ahead and pick staff. And confirm it. So now we got our staff. Let's go ahead and talk to the Elder again. So now he's going to send us to our weapon trainer. This guy is part of our clan. He is in the Beggar clan. I love how they look, by the way. They look really awesome. As you can see, I love that garb. But he is a Beggar, so let's go ahead and talk to him. Yeah, he finds it funny that we're trying to become a Beggar. So now we got to go ahead and talk to him again. And then we have to learn the Kung Fu down here. Now, when we actually get our role, we have to talk to our main trainer. That's how you actually learn your Kung Fu, is by you have to purchase it. So we want the basic staff attack. This is going to be our first active stance. And the stances I was talking about earlier, I'll show you what they look like now. We're going to go ahead and learn that. And our smashing staff attack. Now the smashing staff attack is a usable skill. It's just like any other MMO. If you push any of the hotkeys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, etc., it uses the skill. Now the stance is always in use until you turn off the stance, or you turn off attack mode into peace mode. So we're going to go ahead and learn this. We don't have to actually train to learn the smashing. We just actually get it. Now, revealing hand maneuver, what that does is if someone has, you know, question mark as a name and they have a bandit skin on, you can use this skill if they're an enemy and find out who they really are. It's really useful for PvP. So now that we got our skill, we have to actually learn it. So we have to go ahead, you know what, let's talk to him first. And that's what he just told us there. Just because we learned it doesn't mean we learned it. So let's go ahead and equip our weapon, our staff. And now we have to come up to these training dummies here, and we have to learn our Kung Fu. Now, to learn the Kung Fu, as you can see, is grayed out now. So we do know it, but we cannot do anything with it. So let's go ahead, we click this, and we have to start the training. And now when the training starts, you will see the blue ball going back and forth. You have to click the mouse when it's in this red area, and these will start lighting up. Now the more consecutive that you are, that you actually get it in the red, the more lights light up quicker, as you will see. Hopefully I won't fail this. I love the stances. Oh, my bad. I failed. I can't believe I failed that. Oh well. But the stances are awesome. They look awesome. And as they progress in level, as you just saw right there, my 3 hits now gain 2 kicks. Oh no, 1 kick and a staff hit. Oh, my bad. But as they level up, they get progressively better and more moves with them. Now there's 100 different kinds of stances, so each one is unique. None of them look anything like the other one. So the people that actually made this game used a lot of actual motion actors to do this kind of stuff, and that's one of the main reasons why I still play this game. It is awesome how they use their attacks like that, and it's so fluid. It's just great. So now we actually have the stance learned. Let's go ahead and put it in our hotbar. So I like to keep my actives down here, and these are my stances. So to actually activate the stance, you have to click on it, and then it'll have a white bar around it. It's not the same as this, where this is not even glowing. Why isn't this not glowing? There we go. So now we have both. This is active, and this is our stance. You can tell the stances between active skills and the stance active skills because the stances actually have a white border around it. They don't have the glow. And this, well, I can't use it because I don't have a target, but this is just you use it and it'll basically use that skill. Now we talk to him and tell him we finished. And that will do it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed some 9Dragons as much as I did filming it. I do apologize we did not really get into anything in the nitty-gritty just yet. We will in our next video, though. Hopefully we'll become a beggar and continue with our journey. If you guys do want to meet up with me in the game, maybe say hi. You can see my character name is Sneers, and I'm on the PK server. Alright guys, you take it easy. Peace, love, and happiness. Enjoy your video games, and I'll see you next MMO Monday. Take care.